So I actually I'm a little surprised that the takeaway from the sheer insanity that we witnessed at Davos today is that he's decided out of what his, out of the kindness of his non-existent heart, not to attack Greenland or not to take over Greenland with force. I don't actually think that's what I don't think that's the takeaway.
What do
Because
you
what
think the
he
takeaway is?
well, one, he's out of his mind. And I mean this in all seriousness. I'm not just joking around here. He's a deeply unwell man. He is delusional, he is violent, and he is literally on the brink of destroying the Western alliance, the post World War II Western alliance, just as he is well on his way to destroying some of the most important American institutions, like the Department of Justice, and specifically the Civil Rights Division. So, I don't know that well, no, I do know we can't take this person at his word. So this is actually what he said. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be frankly unstoppable. But I won't do that. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the US is asking for is a place called Greenland, or as he said about 20 times, Iceland. Um, so I don't think that that's a promise not to use force. What I think that is his shockingly accurate recognition that he doesn't actually have to use force to get Greenland.
Right.
And I don't think the words leading up to that, you guys are so ungrateful. Without us, NATO wouldn't be anything. You owe us. You owe us. You owe us. This national security of the security of the whole world is at stake unless we have Greenland, because again, this is somebody who doesn't understand how alliances work, apparently. Um, I'm sorry, just because he said, at the very end, yeah, I'm not going to use force. It doesn't mean he's not going to,
Anything.
because he wants Greenland.
Right. Well, God, I want to dissect that in so many ways. You use two words here: delusional, destructive. I remember asking him, shouting at him, why was he so delusional? And he got pissed off at me. Why is he so delusional that he lost? And he won't admit that he lost. Delusional has been the touchstone for him since I began covering him, I think. But you made the Greenland thing. I will remind why I have to go back to this because I think people miss this point. But Greenland is important, vital to our security now because of the fact of climate change has created new shipping lanes north in Greenland in the North Atlantic. Donald Trump is acknowledging that climate change exists by having to change our international policy and security concerns,
Mm-hmm.
while at the same time calling climate change the biggest scam in history. And for anyone capable of cogent thought, that to me sounds like, newspeak, from 1984. So I go to that. But when he talks about, when you talk about he's unwell, I see him unwell physically and mentally compared
Mm-hmm.
to the first administration. And I thought he was fading towards the end of the first administration. But I point to two things in the last month and a half: the rapid fire yelling at us speech, the Christmas speech from
Mm-hmm.
the diplomatic room, I think it was, or
Mm-hmm.
diplomatic
Mm-hmm.
reception room. And then one of his rare appearances in the briefing room this week when he just
Yes, it
rambled.
was yesterday, by the
Yes.
way.
Oh my God. It seems like a month ago, but,
I know.
but I mean, take a look at that rambling monologue. I mean, first thing I thought of course, was The Incredibles, and I thought of the oh, you sly dog, you caught me monologuing. He monologued for an hour and a half, and none
Yeah,
of it made any sense.
none.
I mean, at one point in time, he said, and I think the quote I have here somewhere is, "I fixed DC, and now you can walk there, like real lovers and do what real lovers
Yes.
do." I go,
Yes.
what the hell does that mean?
I don't want to know. The fact that word came out of his mouth sickens me.
So You have the clinical training. I know you said it for a while. There's no worst with Donald. It only
Right.
gets worse. How much
Yeah.
worse is it going to get?
Well, I was gonna say the sky's the limit, but we should be going the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no low, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know, the molten center of the planet, maybe? Um, I don't know. Uh, so
Well, we're a hot, hot, hot country.
we are so hot, getting hotter by the minute, because climate change is a thing. Um, yeah, I think somebody said this to me yesterday.